Peoples, welcome to a new episode of Truth Talk. I am your boy Tweez, and if you ain't, go download the Bible on Google Play or the Apple Store, and go subscribe to Go to Child Entertainment TV. Hit that button, and if you ain't, go follow us on Daily Motion at Go to Child Tweez. The last episode we shot was Flee from the Wicked Man. This one is the Seducing Woman, which we call it Seductress. So we're going to get into it. We're still in the book of Proverbs. So this is Proverbs part 3, the Seducing Woman. And we finna touch bases on the part of the woman. And another thing, go look up these two Bibles, the Sefer and the Apocrypha, so you can go ahead and get that biblical message and truth from the Hamashiach himself in the Word. So this gonna be a nice one. Ladies, don't get mad at me. Y'all beautiful too. But this one is about the seducing woman. So we finna jump straight in the book. We're gonna go to Proverbs. The last book we was in Proverbs 2nd chapter. We left off the 10th verse. This one is Proverbs 2nd chapter. We're gonna go to the 16th verse. Let's go ahead and read that. Let's go to Proverbs 2nd chapter, 16th verse. This is where we start at. To deliver us from the immoral woman, from the seductress who flatters with her words, who forsake the companion of her youth, and forgets the covenant of Yah. For her house leads down to death, and her path to the dead. None who go to her return, nor do they regain the path of life. Wow. So what do you think that is? Firstly, the part of being an immoral woman. This is a woman that uses her body, uses her looks to trap a man. He could be either a single man, he could either be a married man. Majority of times, women like that be a married man that they kind of try to seduce because they have a spirit in them, okay? And a lot of times it could be a Jezebel spirit, or it could be a succubus spirit. These are spirits of demonicness. I know I never talked about this stuff, but we're gonna talk about this in this chapter right here. So let's finish reading that. We on verse 19. In her path to the dead, none who goes to her returns, nor do they regain the path of life. So they said basically that person that end up sleeping with this woman or having any type of sexual seduction with this woman ends up falling to the folly and to the devils and demons. So it said we on verse 20. So you may walk in the way of goodness and keep to the path of righteousness, for the upright will dwell in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the earth, and the unfaithful will be uprooted from it. Okay, so we're going to start right there. Let's check out Proverbs chapter 6. I'm going to go ahead. I want to look at something. We're going to go to, do I want to go to Proverbs chapter 6? No. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 5. Let's go to, we're going to read from 3 on it. For the lips of an immoral woman drips honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil. Y'all hear that? Her lips is smoother than oil. So let's learn about her lips. This Proverbs chapter 5. Proverbs chapter 5, and we're going to read the 3rd verse. And we read that already, for immoral lips. But in the end, let's finish reading that. Verse 4. But in the end, she is bitter as wormwood. What is wormwood? Wormwood is what's going to come out of the sky in Revelations. So they said her lips is hot. Her lips is hot, John. Hold on. And it said, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet goes down to death. Her steps lay holds of hell. Lest you ponder her path of life. So basically, this seduction woman will lead you to hell. It will lead you straight to hell. Said, her ways are unstable. You do not know them. So we're on verse 7, y'all. We're still on the 5th chapter, okay? Verse 7. Therefore, hear me now, my children, and do not depart from the words of my mouth, and remove your ways far from her, and do not go near the door of her house, lest you give her honor to others, and your years to the cruel ones. So Daddy said, don't even take a trip to her house, y'all. For all my brothers that's out there being seduced by a woman that's full of evil spirits or has Jezebel spirit on, be careful. Watch the signs. Look for it. The Most High has given us the sign to be careful for women that really don't have value in her life and the ones that want to tear a man's life down. That the Most High said that she drags that man into hell. Shouldn't even be at her house. So we're on verse 10. Lest aliens be filled with your wealth, and your labors go to the house of a foreign, and you more at least when your flesh and your body are consumed. How I have hated instructions, and my heart despised correction. So the Most High said that as a man, you will despise the correction. You know this woman is not no good, but the lust of the flesh takes over you to the point where you will still go lay up with this woman, knowing that this woman don't want nothing for you but to tear down your household, even for the married men. It go vice versa. We'll talk about the men in the next on another chapter. But and it's deep because it said, now let's finish this. We 15 verse, 5th chapter. Drink water from your own chesty and running water from your own well. Should your fountains be despised, a broad stream of water in the streets, let them be only your own and not for strangers with you. Lest your fountain be blessed and rejoice with the wife of your youth, as a loving deer and as a grateful doe. And let her breast be a time and always be around with the love. So this part talks about a woman being a wife and how she could be loved and satisfying to the husband on that part. So men, if you got a good wife, be with your wife. Fight against the temptations of the lust of the flesh. And the only way you can do that is by fasting, prayer, repentance, and reading your scriptures. That's the only way you can get away from that seduction spirit. And they always coming back 100, especially if you already was like that. So we have to be careful, fellas, out here when we end up messing with women. So let's go to something deep. We're gonna go to Proverbs chapter 6 and 25. And it said, do not lust after her beauty in your heart, nor let her allure you with her eyelids. For by means of a harlot, a man is reduced to a crust of bread, and an adulteress will prey upon precious life. Can a man take fire to his bosom and his clothes be not burned? That it said, can you take that? So that means that it said, as soon as you get caught up with this adulterer, this seducerous woman, you are destroyed because you done got caught on her looks and glamour, because some women, you got women that, they do their eyelids, they put on their makeup, and they say be careful of that because the woman that really does that is the one that attracts. She draws that man in because she's not looking for nothing good. She's not really looking for a good relationship in a way. It said, so yeah, a man can be burned. We be burned by the lust of his flesh because his flesh be burning for the urge of committing that fornication. So let's go. We're going to finish it off. So that's 27. Can a man take fire to his bosom, and can his clothes be not burned? Can one walk on hot coals and his feet not be burned or skewered? So is he who goes into his neighbor's wife, or whoever touch her shall not be innocent. So the Most High even talking about the man as well right there. So if that woman seduces you as a man, you better not go into the next man's wife. The Most High will destroy you. He don't play about things like that. We're going to go to, let's check out Ecclesiastes 7:26. See what it says. And I find more better than death the woman whose heart is snared and nets, whose hands are fitter, who has pleased God shall escape from her. But the sinner shall be trapped by her. Here is what I have found, said the preacher, adding one thing to another to find out the reason which my soul still seeks, but I cannot find. One man among 1,000 have found, but a woman among all those I have not found. Truly this only I have found, that God made man upright, but they have sought out many scams. So the Most High said, be careful of this woman. And he especially tells the man to escape from her, because if he don't, he already breaks his soul to fire. Let me find another chapter. Let's find another chapter, y'all. I love getting his word in this, because we always need to seek that word, get in the knowledge we need to have an understanding, to know what the Messiah is really trying to teach us and tell us, and people and women. So we're going to go to Matthew 5, chapter 5. We're going to go to 28th verse. But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Ooh. So men, listen to you. And I know a lot of men do it. You might see a woman like, oh, she look good, or she fine, or she bad, or she a 10, she a dime. Be careful with your looks. Do not lust over that woman, or her seductive looks, or seducing look for a woman. Because once you lust over that woman's flesh, like he said, you already married that woman in the spiritual world. Same thing goes for a woman. Even as you lusted for that man, you already married that man in the spiritual world. So be careful with your eyes. That's why the Most High said, guard your eyes, guard your ears, right? Guard your mouth. Be careful with you, guard your heart. And that's to keep you from making that sin. But for men, be careful of that seduction woman. That woman that's here to trap or tear down your home. You have to pray over yourself. Rebuke that spirit. Fast, come out of that so you won't be seduced by that woman or be caught by the seduction woman, because she either have Jezebel or succubus or incubus. This is another episode of True Talk. Peace and love, my brothers and sisters. Till next time.